In 2004, a couple set sail on their beloved yacht, well-deserved, dreaming of a peaceful retirement. They were never seen again. Thomas and Jackie Hawks were the embodiment of the American dream, a retired couple from Prescott, Arizona, who had spent years saving for their ultimate adventure, a life at sea. Their 55-foot yacht, well-deserved, became their floating home, where they lived happily, traveling the Pacific and embracing the freedom of the open water. But in November 2004, their dream took a nightmarish turn. The Hawks vanished without a trace, their prized yacht sold to an unfamiliar face. The story that unfolded next was one of deception, greed, and cold-blooded murder, a sinister plot that shocked even seasoned investigators. What really happened to Thomas and Jackie Hawks? The perfect life and the fateful decision. Background: Thomas and Jackie Hawks epitomized the adventurous spirit. After years of hard work, they retired early and set sail aboard their meticulously maintained 55-foot yacht, aptly named the Well-Deserved. For nearly 2 years, the couple navigated the Pacific Ocean and the Gulf of California, embracing a nomadic lifestyle that many only dream of. Their journey was not just about exploration, but also about deepening their bond. Friends described them as the best example one could ever hope for of how couples should treat each other. In 2004, the Hawks received joyous news. Their first grandchild had been born. Eager to be present in their grandchild's life, they made the heartfelt decision to sell the Well-Deserved and establish a land-based home closer to family in Arizona. The buyer appears. The Hawks listed their yacht for sale, attracting the attention of Skylar DeLeon, a 25-year-old former child actor. DeLeon expressed keen interest in purchasing the vessel. Initially cautious, the Hawks' reservations eased when DeLeon arrived for meetings accompanied by his pregnant wife Jennifer and their young child. This portrayal of a family man resonated with the Hawks, leading them to believe they had found the right buyer. Unbeknownst to the Hawks, this seemingly routine transaction would soon spiral into a harrowing ordeal, forever altering the course of their lives. The disappearance. Final voyage. On November 15, 2004, Thomas and Jackie Hawks embarked on what was intended to be a routine sea trial of their cherished yacht, the Well-Deserved. Accompanying them were prospective buyer Skylar DeLeon and 2 associates, purportedly to assess the vessel before finalizing the purchase. The yacht departed from Newport Harbor under clear skies, a seemingly ordinary excursion. However, as the Well-Deserved returned to its berth later that day, Thomas and Jackie were conspicuously absent. Despite extensive searches, their bodies were never recovered, leaving a haunting void in the hearts of their loved ones. Investigation begins. Concern escalated among family members when repeated attempts to contact the Hawks went unanswered. Their sudden silence was uncharacteristic, prompting immediate worry. The gravity of the situation deepened when, on November 26, 2004, an attempt was made to access the Hawks' bank accounts from Mexico. This unauthorized activity raised red flags, leading the family to file a missing persons report with the Carlsbad Police Department. As authorities delved deeper, they uncovered a trail of deceit and malevolence, revealing that the Hawks' disappearance was not a mere accident, but a calculated act of violence driven by greed. Unraveling the crime, suspicions arise. As the investigation into the disappearance of Thomas and Jackie Hawks deepened, attention turned to Skylar DeLeon, the purported buyer of their yacht, Well-Deserved. DeLeon presented documents claiming ownership of the vessel. However, these papers appeared dubious, raising red flags among investigators. His demeanor during questioning further fueled suspicion, as he struggled to provide consistent and credible responses regarding the transaction and the couple's whereabouts. Confession. The breakthrough came when Alonzo Machane, an associate of DeLeon, was apprehended and agreed to cooperate with authorities. Machane confessed to his involvement in the crime, unveiling the chilling details of the Hawks' fate. He disclosed that the plan was orchestrated by DeLeon, who sought to acquire the yacht for financial gain. Machane's testimony was pivotal, shedding light on the premeditated nature of the crime and the roles each accomplice played. The horrific act. According to Machane's confession, on November 15, 2004, DeLeon, Machane, and another accomplice, John Fitzgerald Kennedy, joined the Hawks for a sea trial under the guise of finalizing the yacht's purchase. Once offshore, the trio overpowered the couple, binding and gagging them. Under duress, the Hawks were forced to sign documents transferring ownership of the yacht to De Leon. The assailants then tied the couple to an anchor and mercilessly threw them overboard, leaving them to drown in the Pacific Ocean. Despite extensive searches, the bodies of Thomas and Jackie Hawks were never recovered, adding a haunting permanence to the atrocity. The perpetrators and motives. Schuyler DeLeon. Schuyler DeLeon, born John Julius Jacobson Jr., began life with aspirations in the entertainment industry, securing minor roles including an uncredited appearance in the television series Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. However, his acting career failed to flourish, leading to financial instability. De Leon's life further unraveled due to criminal activities, including a conviction for burglary. Facing mounting debts and personal turmoil, De Leon devised a plan to acquire the Hawks yacht, viewing it as a means to resolve his financial woes and potentially fund gender reassignment surgery, a procedure he reportedly desired. Jennifer DeLeon. Jennifer DeLeon, Schuyler's wife, played a pivotal role in the scheme by helping to gain the Hawks' trust. Her involvement extended beyond mere association. She actively participated in the conspiracy, leveraging her family image to allay any suspicions the Hawks might have had. Despite not being present during the actual murders, Jennifer's actions before and after the crime underscored her complicity. She was subsequently convicted on 2 counts of first-degree murder and sentenced to life imprisonment without the possibility of parole. Accomplices. 2 other individuals were instrumental in executing the heinous plan. John Fitzgerald Kennedy, a former gang member with a criminal past, Kennedy was recruited by De Leon to assist in overpowering the Hawks. His involvement was crucial in the physical subjugation of the couple during the yacht's sea trial. Kennedy's criminal background and willingness to engage in violent acts made him a suitable accomplice for De Leon's plan. He was later convicted of first-degree murder and received a death sentence. Alonzo McShane. Initially drawn into the plot with promises of financial gain, McShane's conscience eventually led him to confess his involvement to authorities. His testimony provided critical insights into the crime's orchestration and execution. In exchange for his cooperation, McShane accepted a plea deal and was sentenced to 20 years and 4 months in prison. Trials and sentences. Schuyler DeLeon. In October 2008, Schuyler DeLeon was convicted on 3 counts of first-degree murder, encompassing the killings of Thomas and Jackie Hawks, as well as a prior victim, John Jarvie. The jury found special circumstances of multiple murders and murder for financial gain. Subsequently, on November 6, 2008, the jury recommended the death penalty. Orange County Superior Court Judge Frank Faisal formally sentenced DeLeon to death on April 10, 2009. DeLeon currently resides on death row at San Quentin State Prison, awaiting execution. Jennifer DeLeon. Jennifer DeLeon, formerly married to Schuyler, was implicated in the conspiracy leading to the Hawks murders. Although not present during the actual killings, her involvement in planning and covering up the crime led to her conviction. In November 2006, she was found guilty of 2 counts of first-degree murder with special circumstances for financial gain. On October 5, 2007, she received 2 consecutive life sentences without the possibility of parole. John Fitzgerald Kennedy. John Fitzgerald Kennedy, a former gang member, actively participated in the physical assault and murder of the Hawks. He was convicted on 2 counts of first-degree murder with special circumstances for multiple murders and financial gain. The jury recommended the death penalty on February 27, 2009. And he was formally sentenced to death on May 1, 2009. Alonzo McShane. Alonzo McShane, initially involved in the crime, later cooperated with authorities. His testimony was instrumental in securing convictions against DeLeon and Kennedy. In exchange for his cooperation, McShane accepted a plea deal, resulting in a sentence of 20 years and 4 months in prison. Conclusion and open-ended question. Thomas and Jackie Hawks lived a life that many dream of, traveling the seas aboard their beloved yacht, well-deserved. But their idyllic retirement was tragically cut short by greed, deception, and cold-blooded murder. What began as a routine yacht sail turned into one of the most disturbing maritime crimes in modern history. The Hawks were bound, forced to sign away their future, and thrown overboard to a fate too horrifying to imagine. Their bodies were never found, leaving behind an empty sea where their voices were lost forever. But how could such a heinous act be committed under the guise of a simple yacht sail? What are your thoughts on this chilling case? Share your opinions and theories in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe for more true crime stories and mysteries. And next time, we uncover another shocking case that will leave you questioning just how well we truly know those around us.